Hey, this is Russell, back again with another episode. And yeah, I'm still doing a bit of a post commentary. I believe this is episode 8, if I'm not miscounting. And yeah, I'm just recommentating over all of this stuff and things. Um, if you missed it, I probably said it in the intro to the last couple episodes, but I'm doing a post commentary because I didn't record my voice. So yeah, things are looking up. I'm clicking cities. I'm trying to remember what I was probably doing because I did take breaks between like the the 3 hour recording session in which I didn't record my voice. And yeah, trying to think of because last time I did voiceover it was like last night. So now that it's like middle of the day, next day, I'm trying to think. I was building musketmen. That's a big thing. Yeah, and I'm building things like JS Box Cathedral. JS Box Cathedral gives me more content faces across the continent. I think it is not happy faces, content faces. But I could be wrong. It could have been happy faces. But the point is, with that combined with all the luxuries I have going for me, um, I should be pretty set. I should not have to deal with it. And you saw I just queued up Smith's trading facility there. That'll give me free maintenance on like a ton of different buildings, mostly like trade and commerce related buildings. And yeah, I'm just going pushing through all of these medieval era wonders because I can, and because some of these cities have nothing else to even build besides that and musketmen, you know. So yeah, things are looking up for the Mayan Empire. A lot of my tiles have been improved between the last couple episodes and this episode. You see almost every tile has been improved on, and what tiles aren't improved on yet, the workers are tackling hard. We have a few jungles left, and there's JS Box Cathedral. Looking good, that city. We got JS Box Cathedral, unhappy citizens on the continent. Oh, I didn't get to read that. Um, but yeah, city's looking good. I've got multiple wonders in multiple cities. Copernicus's observatory is just a couple turns away too, and that's going to be pretty huge for my short-term science boost. Long-term, I think it expires like in the next era or something like that. I forget when it's supposed to expire, but it's like a free tech boost between like that time and now, and so it's very very strong. Very, very good wonder to get. Very good way to cement a lead in the tech boost if you already have it. There's Copernicus's observatory. I really love the look of it. It's one of my favorite looking wonders in the game. And yeah, just queuing up a university, doing stuff and things. Um, Corruption's a thing. Metallurgy is next, and I think after I research metallurgy, I immediately move up to the next era. I Let me see. I'm clicking too fast to commentate over myself. It looks like um, it's the disadvantage of a post commentary, and people love me. That is true. It's not true, but it's true in game. So there you go. And things are being made. What am I gonna choose for this one? I actually don't remember which bottom I choose, and I'm contemplating it a lot, as you can tell. Um, this is where the post commentary is awkward because, of course, like I was discussing my thoughts as I was going through this in live, and yeah, I think I go for that middle one if I remember correctly. That would fit what I think would look best. If I chose now, I would choose that middle one. Yeah, look, I chose the middle one. Makes it look like an entirely separate building to the side of it, which is kind of cool. And Orleans is fighting us in culture. I'm very interested to see how those French cities turn out. See if we can even flip any of them culturally. Um, do I steal their gold too? Let's see. What? They won't do it. It's jerks. gonna just tell them to screw off, because I'm not gonna use monarchy anyways. And look, we are in a distinctly new age. What's the big picture? Oh no, just great play the game. So now that we've researched that, we're gonna go for new text. Now usually I like to beeline for Hoover Dam. Let's see what I do here. But yeah, that's what I usually like to do. Simply because Hoover Dam is like the best wonder in the game, hands down. I guess some could consider like you know, different wonders in different circumstances probably. In a Pangea map especially, Hoover Dam is very, very powerful. I can see it not being useful at all on like an archipelago. Next to not at all. Because you'll be like on a very different island for like most of the other maps. One thing that I find interesting is maybe I could have gone for the Knights Templar building that like gives you like all of those like free cav units. Because I don't have horses, that might have been a nice idea to go for, but I never researched the tech. Looks like I'm looking at democracy. See, I probably during the live thing actually had things to say about ideologies and stuff, but yeah, looking at steam power. Steam power is probably the first best thing to go for, because of railroads. Let's see what I do in the end. Theory of evolution grants 2 civilization advances. Pretty good wonder in the game. Although it's pretty funny how like it takes like forever to build the building, especially because the theory of evolution is not a building, it's a theory. Find that interesting. Electronics, yep, I called it. Because I want that Hoover Dam. What else? Hospitals and factories are things to go, and stock exchanges are pretty important to go for early on too. Because those are like the next layer of buildings. And of course, most of my cities are going to end up not having things queued for a while, just like focused on wealth or something, because, you know, there's nothing to build eventually. And look, people are so happy with me. I was able to build the second expansion to that already. And the university is queued. Copernicus's observatory, giving me a massive amount of science. If we go back to the city, look, click out of that, Russell. There you go. Look at all that science. 57 science in that city. And yeah, things are looking up. Steam power is going to be on the way. Coal is going to be revealed when we see steam power, so we'll see how well we're doing with that. We don't really have to worry about like the text that, oh, you get to irrigate these new tiles now, stuff like that, just because I mean, we've already been able to irrigate everything because we got such a nice start with that with those rivers. And we have Sir Newton's University, so that's going to give us our other tech boost. Where is it? There it is. Nice looking building too. I really like the look of the building. So that'll give us a tech boost. And cathedral, maybe. Library, maybe. Bank, there it is. And more buildings. And the economy is looking great. Look at that, 370 gold, 46 per turn. Making a huge amount of science per turn too. Thankfully, things are looking up for the Mayan Empire. And also, if you can see in the corner of the screen, like we've already taken all like 2 of the tiles that would normally be connecting Paris to its other cities, which is pretty cool that we've like divided the French Empire in half through cultural pressure. That's how you want to play the culture game. Fight over those tiles. Screw over the enemy when they can't go to war with you. When they aren't going to war with you. And I'm not sure if, and maybe you guys could answer this for me in the comment section, will AI go to war with you over cultural border tensions in this game? I'm not sure, but and don't quote me on this, but wasn't that like a thing in like Civ 4? That might not have been a thing in Civ 4. I remember Civ 4 also had that feature where like you could like flip cities for your culture and stuff like that that were like through like cultural pressure if you had like a strong city on the border of another city. Um, and I think will Civ 5 let you do that too, like through ideology maybe, or am I just making stuff up now? Man, I don't know. It's been so long since I played any of those other games. I mean, Civ 5, to be fair, I've played that like not too long ago, but I don't really go heavy on the culture stuff too often. I mean, of course, you get culture for all the for the social policies, but like I've never gone heavy on tourism. That's the way I should put it. You just build the tourist buildings and let them do their thing usually. And turn. I have had cultural victories in Civ 5 before with India and Brazil, but that's about it. It's really hard to get like a cultural victory on a Civ that you don't really get any bonuses for tourism for, like you do in those ones. Um, yeah, I remember Civ 5. I actually gotten more Civ 5 cultural victories, but that was before Brave New World. Since Brave New World came out, I've only gotten it with India and Brazil once each. Um, because before that, it was much easier in Civ 5 to get a cultural victory. I think like in the base game Civ 5, it was get like a certain amount of culture. It was either empire wide or like for a few focused cities or something like that. Um, and look at that, the privateer. So I'm actually reading the privateer's effect right now. So the privateer in this game is interesting, and I didn't realize it till I read the effect during this game, this moment, that you're allowed to make attacks without revealing your ship's nationality. Like I'm pretty used to the enslave trait because they have that in Civ 5 also, where like you attack a ship and then you have like a percentage chance to take the ship over. But they don't have in Civ 5 what they have here in Civ 3, where you can attack with like impunity, basically, like not have to go to war, but still be able to like attack other ships and stuff like that. So I thought that was like really cool idea, and I just now realized it too. So we discovering new civs. I probably shouldn't have moved away from the galley. I probably could have clicked on the galley and be like contact civ, but it's fine because now things are I'm still going to be able to establish relations with all of them. They're pretty close to me too. It didn't take long to sail to. I probably could have made a caravel earlier maybe if I really wanted to beeline for that, but there was no, you know, whatchamacallit, pressure. There's the Portuguese. They have monarchy and chivalry. I'm like, okay. Did I pick them up here? Eventually, I think I picked them up from someone from this continent. Cause just for the heck of it. But yeah, Portugal is a thing. I guess I didn't trade it to him right away just because I was interested to see who else on the continent had things first. Make all my options available to me. So I still haven't contacted those red people down there. And I'm wondering who they are. And they are... I still don't know, I think. And I actually don't remember either. I remember these are not the Russians. I remember there was like another red faction. Musket Man. Who are you, red people? Rome. There we go. Hello, Romans. And they're pretty far behind, as you can tell. They're like the France of the other continent. But not as bad. I think the France of our continent is much worse than the Rome of this continent. So I realized I needed to turn in their land. So I'm building embassies real fast, just to see. And there's a university, Hanging Gardens, Colossus in this city. It's probably why the Portuguese are doing okay. And then we established Rome. Theirs has absolutely nothing. They're just building legionaries. I guess they went monarchy or something like that because they built an army and didn't tech at all and stuff like that. And the thing is, if you're gonna like go the route of monarchy and you're going to build lots of units at the beginning of the game, you have to use them. Like if you just sit there and you don't like take advantage of the fact that like you have more units at the beginning of the game, you're gonna fall behind because the people who have Republic are just going to jump ahead and like tech score and stuff like that. So yeah. So Julius Caesar, if you're listening, next time take more initiative. I think it's Julius Caesar that's their leader. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Augustus Caesar. I'd have to see the Civ menu again. Does it tell me which Caesar it is that heads their nation? Oh man, I'm so bad with the Civ leaders all of a sudden. I'm blanking out. I'm pretty sure I know who it is too. For sure, I think, I don't know, I'm not gonna say anything else about that. So musketmen are being queued, and then I'm thinking twice, and then I'm going back to a musketman. We have the unit cap for it, so they won't cost any maintenance. If you're not too sure how that works, basically what happens, we have a little island there. That's kind of cool. Basically what happens is if you have a certain amount of units in a city, well, I know if you have a certain size city, you can have a certain amount of units maintenance free. And since we have so many large cities, we can have a good number of units maintenance free at the moment. So yeah, we're taking advantage of that, building up defenses. I think it's kind of cool to see the one island cities. It's much harder to make those cities useful in Civ 5 than it is in Civ 3 because like the coast and ocean tiles yield a lot more. So yeah, we've made contact with these guys. We have communication technologies for all of those people, which is kind of cool. So it tells us that they haven't discovered them yet. I'm just looking around, seeing what techs they've done that we haven't done. I don't think I make any trades with them. I'm just looking around. Hiawatha is just made contact with me, so I've officially made contact with everyone on that continent now. They've got Niagara Falls, Grand River, all of that. Sure, but listen, everyone wants to trade me monarchy for monotheism. That's a really bad deal, and because I don't want monarchy particularly. Hilariously, that's the only tech that they have that, is like anything at all. Man, those poor French. They're my favorite faction too, really, when it comes down to it. I really, really love commerce, and I like industrious a lot too, but commerce would be like my favorite Civ trait. So it is kind of weird doing so well playing a Civ that doesn't have my favorite Civ trait. You said we've done well for ourselves, and now that we've researched the tech, we can see we have coal, which is awesome, absolutely fabulous, fantastic, wonderful. Things couldn't be going better, and we've discovered everyone. So I'm gonna espionage my way with embassies, some Manca, and we've also, something I was establishing to myself while I was playing the game live, I was looking at the trade menu. We're also doing pretty well in terms of technology comparatively to those other people that we can see. I don't know why I didn't build an embassy there for Russia real fast. I think I go do it now, maybe. Yeah. So let's see what Russia's doing. This is our greatest rival. They're the color brown this game. They're building a bank. They've got a lot of pop, a decent amount of science. They have the Temple of Artemis, it looks like. That's the only wonder they got going for them, at least in their capital. Yeah. and they're capped because they don't have any buildings that will let them go beyond 12 pop because they're not doing the greatest in tech. I think that's still like the medieval city, still in the medieval era. Haha, backwards Russia, typical. And look, they don't have music theory, they don't have economics. I'm in the industrial era. I'm building railroads. You're walking around all over the place in your little wagon. I'm going full blaze on steam trains and sailing around in pirate ships. I think I have some fun with this ship too. I think I take on some shipping lanes. And, you know, musketman was produced. Why are you looking at other things, Russell? You should just be queuing musketmen. It's like, oh, maybe I should build a different kind of military unit. Nope. We're building a defensive military. There's no reason to build anything but musketmen right now. Look at that. Still got 52 units allowed. We still have a smaller military than them, interestingly enough. Even though our military is probably more modern, realistically. And yeah, fortify. Bank is being built there, university is being built there. A lot of universities are being built now. Some libraries and the universities coming in. And scientific method was discovered. I don't know why. I have a bad habit of like forgetting, oh, I already have a tech tree planned out. Well, actually, I think I maybe am considering switching. Because I'm like, you know what, I'm so far ahead in Hoover Dam, maybe I could switch. But I think I decide just to beeline for Hoover Dam anyways. The advantage you get from having Hoover Dam is so massive. So what Hoover Dam does, I'm not sure I laid this out last video. I might be being, this might be a bit of repetition, but you learn through repetition. So there you go. So factories normally give you like a percentage increase in production. So I think it's 50%. I could be wrong. Then you can build buildings on top of that will increase production even more. Like the condition is you like have a factory and then you increase the production of like that factory and stuff like that. It's like kind of the idea. They're mainly like power plant buildings, like coal or hydroelectric facilities or whatever, or nuclear power plants. I think is like the one that is like the most effective. Hoover Dam, what that does is it lets you build like a hydroelectric facility in like every single city. It builds automatically one of those in like every single city. Now, why is that so good? It gives you the same like bonuses that a coal power plant would without the pollution. And at the same time, I'm saving the game here because I don't know if I don't trust what I read all the time. And on top of that, it lets you have like all of these hydroelectric facilities in cities that normally wouldn't be able to build them, because normally you have to be like next to a river or something in order to build them. So it's really good. Really good. Because otherwise you have to build like a ton of coal power plants to bring your production up, and then your workers are doing like nothing but like scrubbing pollution all the time, and you have to have like a huge worker force dedicated to that. This cuts down on that so much. You can maintain like a smaller worker force because of it, which will in turn let you maintain a larger military. Yeah, all around very good, very strong wonder to get. Can't think of a better wonder off the top of my head. So yeah, I think we're getting decently close to the end of the video, so I'll start the outro now, because if I don't start the outro now, then I'll probably forget, and then I'll be cut off before the end of the video. So yeah, like, comment, favorite, subscribe if you guys want to see more piracy, like this poor Russian ship here that we're getting to kill for free. And he's elite. Oh, that's pretty cool. And make sure you guys come back next week for a little bit more post commentary. I guess we have 2 more episodes for me to post commentate over, and I'm pretty happy with how this campaign's gone. It's why I didn't rage so hard that I didn't get to record my voice, because it's I'm willing to do this post commentary because I want to keep progressing with this game and keep uploading this game, because I think it's worth it despite everything. So yeah, have a good one. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. Bye.